What's going on, Clipper Nation? It's your boy, Coach D, back here with another sports review. And today we're going to be reviewing how the Clippers got smacked and ran over by the Minnesota Timberwolves the other night. I was really looking forward to this game when the Clippers, it was a battle of the one seeds, and when we went to Minnesota, we actually had a close game with them, and we weren't even fully healthy. And so this time, with them in our house, I was really looking forward to, showing that we're the best team in the West, but it did not work out that way at all. Why did we lose this game? Why did the Clippers get ran over by the Minnesota Timberwolves? And there's two reasons. One is because of the slow starts that we have against bad matchups offensively. And then the second one is our greatest weakness that we have on this team that we're trying to win a championship with. Now, I'm going to save that for later. But when those two things, and especially in this game, they stacked on top of each other, you're going to get a disaster. And we're going to look at some film in a second so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. But first, let me explain the context for why we have slow offensive starts against certain matchups. Because since December 1st, when Kawhi plays, the Clippers we have the best rated offense in the league, and we've only lost to 4 teams. And that's the Pels, the Lakers, the Cavs, and the Wolves. And what these teams have in common, they have a lot of size and a lot of lengthy defenders that they can throw at Kawhi, PG, and Harden. And 3 of them have a rim-protecting big. And so the issue is Ivica Zubac, who's playing really well this year, he's a little banged up. But one of his biggest weaknesses is his spacing. When Zubac is on the floor, since he can't space the floor, the opposing big gets to set up a campsite in the paint. So if Kawhi or PG want to drive, Gobert's just going to be waiting there at the campsite, waiting to block their shot. And Kawhi and PG, they aren't guards. They're not, really fast enough anymore. They're going to, give you that cross and drive in, and then Gobert's going to commit, and they could throw the lob or wrap around the pass to Zubac and get him the flush dunk. Like, that's not really what they are. And so now, once you got that campsite in the paint with Rudy or AD or Jared Allen, now the Clippers are a jump shooting team. They're just going to have to shoot and make jumpers all night. And to make those shots over lengthy defenders like Jared Vanderbilt and Jaden McDaniels, doing that, and Herb Jones, right? Doing that is not a healthy diet of offense. And to make those shots, you have to be really hot. Like, you have to be going to make those shots. You can't be off or cold, because those are contested shots. But it takes time for Kawhi and for Harden and for PG to warm up, to get, in rhythm, to make those jumpers. And the issue with that is the Clippers started the first half of this game scoring on 4 out of 10 of their first 10 possessions. And then in the second half, in the third quarter, they got their first 10 possessions. They only scored 3 times. Like, you're starting very slow, very cold. But once they heated up, it was good. People are going to look at the box score of this game, and they're going to think like, oh, the Clippers just suck against the Wolves. They just got ran through. But they don't realize we finished the second quarter on a 20-6 run. We closed the half up 53-49. We were winning the game. But so what happened? At the end of the third quarter, we were down 17 points. What happens from halftime to the end of when you're winning the game to the end of the third and you're down 17 and the game's basically over? It was lost in that third quarter, and that's because of the slow start that I said we had. Remember, we went 3 of 10 of our first 10 possessions. We only scored 3 times. And then our greatest weakness, which is our bench unit, their size and their defense. And tonight we had Zubac. He's on a minutes restriction because of an injury. So when he comes off the floor, it's just a disaster. And we're going to go into film right now, and I'm going to show you exactly how much of a disaster it is. When Ivica Zubac has to go to the bench, this is what we're putting out there. Now, right now it's 16-15. Probably this is kind of signifies probably a slower offensive start for both of the teams, right? But we're close. We're right there. Watch how easy it becomes for Minnesota to score with Norman Powell, Mason Plumlee rim protecting, Amir Coffey, and Russell Westbrook out here with this bench unit. Watch how easy it becomes. Watch how the lead starts to just evaporate. Watch this. Right by. Excuse me. Easy lay. Coming back down on the other side. Against teams like Minnesota with rim protection and real 7-footers, athletic 7-footers, and this happens all the time. Mason Plumlee and Daniel Tice on offense, this is non-existent right now. They might as well not even be out there. Russ is going to drive. Good job. Draw 2. He's going to kick. Watch Mason Plumlee. Turnover because I can't shoot. I have to drive because I can't shoot the ball at all. I have to drive this ball into Karl Anthony Towns, and it results in that. Now we're going the other way. Layup. Okay. There you go. So now we're down 20-15. We're coming back up the other side. This next play with Kawhi is going to this is kind of what I was talking about before. You're going to get a lot of contested jumpers because you can't just drive and go in the cat, right? So you snake around. Can Kawhi hit that? Yes. Does he eventually start hitting that? Yes. But that's a slow start. He's not warm yet. Kawhi needs to hit that. That's easy for him. He should hit that. But that's a contested jumper. Then we come this way. Here we go, Amir Coffey. Go right by. Excuse me. No rim protection. Nobody comes. Nobody comes to help. Norm comes up. Norm chucks up the ugliest jumper I've ever seen this year from him. Yep, we're going the other way. Guess what we're going to get? A little slip screen right here from Cat. Whoop. Would have been another easy layup or dunk. In a span of what do we watch? 1 minute of basketball, they're about to be up 24-15, 9 points. That defense is awful. They look slow, lethargic. They don't stay in front of people. There's no rim protection at all. Devastating with Mason Plumlee. So here, right around the 3-minute mark not the 3-minute mark. So here, right around the 7-minute mark, remember, Ty Lue is not putting Mason Plumlee back in the game. He's just that is just not happening. So he decides to go small, and we had a little success with small ball right at the end of the second quarter, which kind of helped boost that lead. And a lot of people knock small ball, and they say, oh, you can't do that against tall teams, especially this is probably the tallest team in the league with Cat and Gobert. But when you have Paul George and you have Kawhi Leonard, if they jump and they really want that rebound, they can get those rebounds. Look at Karl Anthony Towns. He's on the 3-point line. He is not concerning himself with a rebound right now, right? And so now you got a team defense knowing that they have to go hard for a rebound going against Rudy, and you just got to box him out. Watch what happens on this play. And chucks it up. Watch Paul George get this rebound. Give me that. Right? And we're going up the other way. It's beautiful. Now, you're not going to be able to get every rebound. You're not always going to be able to, have that advantage over there. Sometimes small ball is going to get punished because you're so small. They are going to get that offensive rebound. But the real benefit to small ball is what you get on offense. Look how wide open this paint is. Remember what I was telling y'all earlier about what happens, when Zubac's in the game. Rudy Gobert is making a campsite in the paint, right? But now, because we're small, everybody has to stay on their man. Nobody can come help, because if you come help, that you're going to leave your defender wide open on the 3-point line. And James Harden knows this. And Jaden McDaniels, he sees that, hey, James Harden might go right by Cat, and because Rudy is guarding Terrence Mann for three, this might be an easy layup. Let me go help. You can't help in small ball. And James Harden's going to punish him right now. PG, give me three. Bang. Big shot. We should be getting that every time. So Minnesota comes back down, and they set up here. They say, okay, the Clippers small. We about to post them up then. But they don't. Teams today, it's not like back in the 80s. You know, they don't practice running an offense through a big, posting up and doing all that. And Rudy is not that offensive, big. He's not that type of player. So we're seeing that, and give me that. You see? That's great defense. And if they're going to try to beat us posting up Rudy Gobert, then you say, hey, that is not going to be a consistent offense for you. We're up the other way. We come down again. He's trying to get another post up, right? 65, 64 on the clock, trying to get another post up. Once again, boom. That is not Anthony Davis. Harden gets that steal. Give me that. We're going the other way. And I'm going to say this right here, and we're going to start seeing out. Russell Westbrook is a Hall of Famer. I'm not coming for Russ at all. But if you are going to play small ball, you're probably going to want to have a three-point shooter. You're going to want to have spacing. You're going to want to have good decision makers. Against this team, with their defense and with their rim protecting, you cannot make bad decisions or not be able to shoot the ball. And we're going to see how that really starts to mess us up in this third quarter. We have a chance to take the lead right here. Great steal from James Harden. We're off on a fast break, and Russ goes for this. That's a killer, and now they're up the other way, right? And what is it going to lead to? Miss that, but you're not in position under the glass, Rudy, and one foul. Small ball only works in half-court offense. It's not going to work in transition, so you have to make sure that you score. You have to. And you should be able to almost every time. So we come here. James Harden is going to go off the dribble. And guess what? Somebody's cheating. You got Nas cheating. Kawhi's not on the three-point line, so he's messing up the spacing. But if he wasn't there, Terrence Mann would be wide open. Paul George would be wide open. Right? Russell Westbrook is wide open because Rudy has a foot in the paint. You cannot help when we go small. And guess what? Harden knows it. So he finds Russ in the corner. To my surprise, Russell Westbrook hits his three. Bang. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're 70-69. Nas Reed, okay, is going to try to post up here because since we're small, the Timberwolves can't really run pick and roll anymore. So they start doing all type of stuff. Right here, Nas is going to try to post up Harden. Let's see how that works out. Nope. Good defense from Harden. Terrence Mann with the rebound. We're up the other way. Great defense. It's really messing with him really bad. PG hits Ant with this cross. He's going to drive in, and Rudy, you cannot do that. You can't help anymore. No more campsite. You've been kicked out. You've been kicked out. You can't do this no more. Nas Reed helping. You can't do that no more. If Kawhi was on the three-point line, he'd be wide open too. Kicks it to T-Man. T-Man, high IQ, kicks it immediately to Russ. Rudy has to fly all the way out there. And if this was Amir Coffey, this is a wide open three. Another bang. But Russ turns it down and he does this. I was so blowed when that happened, man. That would have been on ESPN, Sports Center, everything if he would have hit this dunk on Rudy. But he blew it. He blew it. And they're up the other way, and this is what it leads to. You just can't have that. You want that to be a wide open three. Ant's going to end up going by, and Russ grabs him, and fouls him. So crucial stuff. Now we're down 5. Crucial stuff. You get small ball here again. Kawhi should be on the three-point line. Amir should be on the three-point line. Rudy is guarding Russ like he is a Chiefs cornerback right now. seven and in. If this is Terrence Mann, right? Terrence Mann is shooting 45% since December, right? Not on high volume, obviously, from three, but not on high volume, obviously, because if he was, he'd be one of the greatest shooters of all time, which we know he's not that. But what that means is he's been knocking down almost 1 out of 2 every shot, wide open three that he gets. You would want him to take this shot. It's wide open. Take your time and hit it. But Russ, he doesn't even trust it, so he decides to do this. Crucial miss. That's just not even a good idea against Rudy. And what does it lead to? You're in transition, bad, boom, right? So that's going to end up being 77-69. It's starting to slip away. You know, we're coming down. Like I said, everybody get on the three-point line, but unfortunately, Rudy's not guarding Russ. Look at where Rudy is. That should not be possible with small ball. It should not be possible. But it is because Rudy's not guarding Russ. So Kawhi's going to drive down, and this is what I was telling y'all about at the beginning as well. Kawhi drives down, and look who's looking at him, waiting for him to throw that ball up so he could send it across the court into the stands. Rudy Gobert's just standing there waiting for him. So now this is going to end up being a tough shot. Throws it to PG, contested jumper, miss. But that should not happen if we're going small. And so after a while of that, it's time for PG and Harden to sit down. So now the bench unit is going to come in the game. And, you know, he throws in Daniel Tice. Ty Lue decides, you know, okay, well, we're not putting Mason back out there. We saw that was. Let's throw in Daniel Tice. Well, let's see how that goes. Cat gets the post up on Russ and ends up having to foul Cat. Then Russ is going to come down here, turnover. Going the other way. We're down 10 points right now. Cat catches this ball at the top, drives right by Kawhi into Daniel Tice. Foul, almost an and one. 85-72 after the free throws. Spin off Norman Powell going all the way. Another layup. The layup crew, man. Here we go. Anthony Edwards says, my turn. Crosses Norm, Euro right around Tice, another layup. And at that point, it's 89-72. You're almost 20 points down going into the fourth quarter. It's kind of a wrap. And what you saw at the end of this third is what us Clipper fans see all the time. When you have Zion Williamson coming in against this bench unit, when you have LeBron James coming in against this bench unit, when you have Evan Mobley out here against this bench unit, it is a layup line. We have nothing, no height, no size to stop these guys. And they will go on these like 10-0 runs, 15-0 runs almost, because we just can't guard them. They're just too small. Daniel Tice is too small. Plumlee can't jump. We have nothing for these guys. And that is the biggest weakness of this team. Because if your starters start off slow when they have Zubac in there and everything is congested, right, you're not getting good offense there. Then you come and put on a bench unit that has no defense, right? You're losing those minutes against these athletic, tall teams. And Cat just ended it. Once Daniel Tice came in, it was over with. Because now you're not stopping anybody. You're not stopping anybody. So that definitely needs to be addressed. I don't know. I've been hearing Chimezie Metu's name a lot. Something needs to happen. I think after seeing this last game, management definitely has to see, something has to happen. Because if we go into this with the playoffs, if we run up against, like I said, it only happens with these teams where they have a 4 that we just can't guard with our bench unit. If we go into there, and that can slow our offense down with their defense. If we go into the playoffs and see the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Lakers or something like that, that can give us real problems. All right, so if you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. I really believe the Clippers, have what it takes to win a championship this year. Every team has flaws, but this one, we definitely got to address. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, what you guys thought of the game, what you think the Clippers could do better. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell